Good afternoon. Today is Tiger Lily Day. And if you've been here a few times now, you know I typically don't paint with a sketch down. But I wanted this composition to look good, and I didn't want to completely wing it. So I did a little bit of a pencil sketch, and I'm picking up some of the extra graphite with my kneaded eraser. And then we'll paint all over this. I don't think I'm going to add any ink to it. I'm just going to leave it loose watercolor. So here we go. I'm going to use pumpkin pie for most of this. Maybe a little bit of pink in some places. So very, very light wash first. Very loose. Trying to get those proportions right. Dipping in some extra color here and there. I've painted lilies a few times this year. I did stargazer lilies. I've done transparent lilies. That was a really fun one. Hi, Frankie. I love this color pumpkin pie. I think it's the perfect burnt orange. Decided to use a round 6 for this. You just finished a watercolor landscape tutorial. Ooh, who was it by? I know Colby from This Writing Desk is doing a challenge towards the middle of September. Skyscape, oh, those are just awesome. I love those. They're my favorite landscapes to do. Mountains if I have time, though. I don't think I've heard of that artist. I'd love to check them out. Probably gonna forget their name by the end of this. Could you DM me or tag me in one of their paintings? Oh, she's here on TikTok. Very cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Rebecca. Some confidence that I didn't have a few years ago. It just, I think, happened one day. Slow to build. And since this flower is not like my go-to or my comfort flower, I am a little bit more nervous on this one, especially since I know it's someone's favorite. Might have to go back in on another layer with that one once it's time for those details. I think roses are my comfort flower, really. Lilacs, yes, I remember someone said they wanted to see some lilacs. 'Tis the season. Very pretty. They go really well together, too. Okay. Trying to think of what else I want to do with this one. Some extra depth here. It's probably still wet. Yep. This paper is amazing, but not when I want to paint quickly. So this green is going to be, let's see, a mix of some of my favorites. I got a spring green, I've got a sea green. Zena, don't chew the table. Thank you. Let's get some green going in here. A little bit more of that combo. Yes, that is the doggy tip-tapping on the floors, yes. Investigating my art, deciding what she wants to eat for my attention. Which is funny, because I just took her on a long walk, so she wouldn't do that. She's a German Shepherd, and she's all black. Let's see. I like that. And then let's do something like this. She is a beauty. And also a big baby. She just turned 2. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Frankie. Oh my gosh, Frankie, that's crazy. I'm glad you were able to get some help though. Hope they work fast. Good. I do have a YouTube channel, but it's actually just replays from past TikTok lives right now. I also have a few things from teaching chemistry back during 2020, so I don't have any extra video tutorials. It's just everything like this, paint-alongs that I've done since the end of May. I have to upload them a little slow because there's a limit to how many I can do per day, and I just decided to do it yesterday. But I put it in the link in my bio. It should be one of the first couple of links there. So if you like this style of video, I have a bunch that I uploaded, and I'm gonna keep that updated. This is probably the most detailed painting I've done in a while, and it's still very loose. Oops. I still feel like a beginner. I've been painting for 3 years, and it's the best thing to hear that people feel like they want to pick up a paintbrush after watching me. Oh, I know. There's still stuff I want to do with that one, but I'm not going to do it as detailed as this one. It's not exactly what I was going for. Is it ever? I just had a vision in mind, and we'll see. When I go back and add a few details in, it might look really good, but it's not quite there yet. Okay, I'm thinking about, I think it's time for me to add my little details in on this one. So I'm gonna mix up a color. For that. I used to have a bunch of these by the side of the house when I was growing up. You have to make it for your friend Lily. This is a size 6 brush. I actually have a green paint that is made from lilies. Of course, that's my bolder color paint. Well, it depends. So I have a lot of colors from handmade paint makers that I absolutely love as they are. So for the most part, that pumpkin pie I'm just using as is. There, something about greens I like mixing on my own. There are only a few greens that I like perfectly on their own. So I do a lot of mixing of greens. Once in a while, I'll mix purples. So it's just a few colors that I like mixing on my own. Otherwise, I have just a lot of favorites that are already made. Yeah, it's nice to get variation that way too. To just have a green well, like my green blob up there. Then it's, of course, difficult when you want to recreate a particular color. But it might be fun just to try and figure out what that was through trial and error. My favorite paint brand for matte colors that aren't metallic, it's Bolder Colors. I have a ton. And for metallic watercolor, it's KMS. When I first started painting, I just used Winsor & Newton watercolors, which I still think are pretty good, but I haven't gone back to them in a long time. Thank you. I think a little bit of extra detail, some wet on dry here. Hopefully dry, I should check. I think I haven't touched this one in a while. This one should be dry. We'll find out. Do you prefer pans over tubes? I started just with tube paints, so that's what I was used to. I still have a few that I really like, but now that I got the hang of working with pans, they are really convenient. I think for the price, tubes still win, but handmade artists, I tend to just get their pans and that's it, you know. That's just what they have. I really hope Cadence joins, because she's the one that wanted to see my tiger lilies here. Oh, no problem. I enjoy chatting with you as I paint. Oh, the sun really decided to come in here. This one just needed to be a little bit darker in the background. I don't remember when. I don't even know if I did that one live, but I did paint it this summer. I am in the process of uploading all those past lives, so maybe I'll come across it. Paul Clark, I feel like that was a recommendation I've heard of, but I haven't actually watched anything of his yet. I used to watch other artists' tutorials and things and then just paint what I wanted afterwards, but this summer I've been doing these live paintings and I don't really have the time anymore. I've limited myself to one painting per day, so I'm not watching tutorials as much as I used to. I feel like I paint really fast. Does he do landscapes? I think I know him for that. Frankie's like, yes, I do. Okay. I think I know who that is. So no, I don't. I'll put him on my list to watch, though. There's a few people that I have on there that I just haven't gotten time to do yet. Okay, I'm almost done with this one. That's a pretty good lily, I think. I have to wait a tiny bit of time now for that to dry before I can do my little brown details. This is one of your favorites. Oh. I was really hoping that it would be pretty enough for Cadence to buy. I know she was thinking about it. I think this is one of my favorites too. I go fast, I typically paint fast, but when I do slow down for those details, I think it really turns out like a good one. Okay, that's a little wet still. I'll skip that one. I know this one should be dry. Yeah. The extra layer of details is the best part. Pamela, hello. Who else just bought a painting? Lydia. Lydia bought her irises. The one with the little bee that I showed you a few times. She picked that one up. Jess has her two seascapes. And you've all given me my best month of sales on Etsy so far since I opened it. So thank you for that. I know not all of you are here right now, but I appreciate it. Okay, I'm gonna love that when I put the little details in there. Is it terrible that I have to trace everything? I did so much tracing in my first year. So no, you're still an artist, even if you're tracing. I still do that sometimes if I'm doing a paint along with the Mint Gardener, something like that. Just the act of tracing is building you up anyway, building up your skills. So don't feel bad about that. Yeah, definitely. I agree. It helps your brain see what you need to try and see. See, I made this little composition, but if I hadn't drawn out so many other ones before and know about my sort of positioning of where Cadence, hello, just talking about you. This is the lily. It's almost done. I just have to put a couple more details in there and it's gonna be done. Tell me what you think. Almost done. You love it. I'm so happy. Yeah, I just have to pop in the golden brown little, is that stamen? I think it's stamen. I'm such a bad biologist. I only took biochem. My last biology class was in high school. No, I was wondering if you would. I was a little late today to start, and I was hoping you weren't waiting for me. Zena decided she needed a long walk, not a short walk. Okay, so I don't want to smudge anything or mess it up, so I'm just going to give it another minute. Where do you get good watercolor paper? There are a few brands from Amazon that I love. They're linked in my bio. This one is Bauhung paper. It's textured cold press. The exact same one that I'm using here is on that Amazon favorites list. I will use Arches sometimes, but that's only if I'm doing a commissioned piece and someone has a certain size in mind. I have my largest sheets of watercolor paper are Arches. So that's for the bigger commissioned ones. I love Leather Village. It's handmade paper. Also get that on Amazon. And then my favorite everyday watercolor for practice is also linked there. So that just works for me. There's art supply shops as well that you could go and get paper from. Try out lots of different brands. I know the second I step foot into an actual art store, I will spend too much money. Let's see, I think it's been about a half an hour. About 4:15 is when I started. So a little bit longer than my usual lives because I really wanted to nail this one. It's kind of insistent that this look good. So there were a few layers in here. And I know you were here yesterday when I was asked about YouTube for saving lives, and I have started that. It's just going to take me a couple days, but I will get that going. Artiste, yes. Welcome back is right. I love seeing familiar names. I need like some short one in here. I was telling everyone I used to have these tiger lilies at home when I grew up. When I was on Instagram, my students always joined the live after school. It was really funny. They'd say something like, "Did you grade our test?" And I'd say, "Yes, your grades are in." Yeah, for the most part, they are very surprised that I paint, and then very surprised that I have lots of followers. That's their big thing. Over on Instagram, I have something like 30-something thousand, and their jaws drop and all of that. I mean, it's a good lesson on like what's really important, numbers or what you're doing. I think I like that. I think one more. Ludivine, is that right? Did I say that right? Ludivine. I teach chemistry, high school chemistry. Yeah. All right. Cadence, am I done? You're now the one to tell me when to stop. Thank you, Pamela. It's been a couple trying years. The first year I actually taught in Bozeman, Montana. Those kids were divine. Oh my gosh. I think I look so good. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, they were so good. I had this girl, and she took her dad's butcher paper and would tape it to the wall to do practice problems, because we used a whiteboard in school, and I had them get into the whiteboard and do their problems, and she loved learning on that vertical surface. And then I taught in Beaverton, Oregon, and those students were so fun. I really enjoyed them, but those class sizes were way too big. That was just difficult for everybody to learn well, getting towards 40 plus. And so I've been here in New Jersey, back where I grew up, and having a good time. I'm excited about this new year, though. I could talk about teaching chemistry a lot, and I guess you might hear me do that, because if I don't have students to teach after school, I definitely plan on being with you here live. Maybe not 4, maybe 4:30, maybe 4, I don't know yet. We'll have to see. But I'm going to try and continue this as long as possible, since now I see a lot of you as friends. And let's see, what else? Definitely have all next week off, so that's exciting. So I'll be back. Cadence, if you want this, let me know, because I am really happy with this one. This is my favorite lily painting that I've painted recently, and I like that orange. Maybe lilacs tomorrow. I know that came up on a recent live as to what to paint next, so I haven't forgotten about that. That makes me really happy, Frankie. You painted a forest path. Oh, that's nice. Pamela, I don't know if you were here early enough when we were talking about following landscape tutorials. I will keep this one for you then, Cadence. I won't list that until you're ready if you want it. I won't let anybody snag it. Okay, for landscape tutorials, there's Colby. She paints under this writing desk. First of all, she has amazing tutorials on YouTube, and I've painted a few of them. They're phenomenal. I think I have some not too far away that I can grab. And she's got an upcoming challenge. So she'll do a tutorial video every day for about 7 to 10 days, something like that. And then you paint along. Lots of people join in at the same time, tag your work, that kind of thing. So I'll try and do that as well. I'll grab some Frankie. Hold on. Let's hope that they're in here. So I always grab a stack of paintings and then I'm like, I don't know what is in here and what's not in here. This is a very old one. I don't think I showed you that one. That was, I think, my first year painting. My first spring, possibly. Some anemones. Yeah, that was a fun one. Definitely you've seen this before, but I like this paper. Somebody asked me about paper earlier. That's Leather Village. Let me see if I can dig in here and find those landscapes. Oh. This one was, I don't even think I posted this on Instagram yet. It was a challenge for sure, but this gives you an idea. She does dreamy skies. She's really good at teaching mountains. To sign and date your work. Yeah, definitely. I wish I did that more often, but I don't. Oh, this was inspired by one of hers. It's mine, but she had a really pretty twilight sky ocean thing. I made this one a little bit more my own, but this is her style, definitely. This one was not her landscape, but I now am in the landscape section of my paintings. So this one is one of the landscapes that I'm really proud of. This one is Colby. This one's from the writing desk. Look at those layered mountains. 100% her. This one I think took 7-8 hours. When did I do this? Or no, when is the it's second week of September, I think. That's what you're talking about. Second week of September is, I think, her challenge. Yeah, this one was 2 different paints. I love the layered look of the mountains. This is one of my favorite landscapes that I've done. Remind you, I could do that, sure. You're on my Instagram, you're following me, so I'll be posting it there. This is one landscape that I did on my own, but I learned techniques from her. Let's see, what else? Do I even have any other landscapes in this set? I don't think I do. It's hard for me to put the time aside to do landscapes because that layeredness one, 7-8 hours, because every time you have that layer in the back, you got to be patient. And I don't bring my hairdryer downstairs to the kitchen to be doing all this. That's just not my style. So I'll wait patiently, do something else, come back, do another layer, wait another hour. And because this is that handmade paper, it's going to be a while before I can do my next layer. So about 7-8, yes, monochrome. There's a mix of Midnight, which is by Estelle Doom, and a little Payne's Gray. And very difficult to get that gradation of colors right. But I enjoyed this one. Let's see. If I go back to my pile, let me see what else I got. I actually have 2 bees, 2 paintings with bees. Could that be? Chunky little guy. I like these metallic bees. I think you've seen this one before. They're adorable. I always have to remember, bees. I always have to remember to use gold for the body of my bees because it turns out really nice. I think I painted this one live here, maybe. This is another. Definitely you could see the petals brush for those leaves. Really like them. This one's got some good gold action in there. That's some KMS Metallics. really like how that gold pops. I know I didn't paint this one live here, but I think I showed it to you once or twice before. It's the end of summer. Maybe you want to paint flowers and an ice cream cone. One of my absolute favorite tulip paintings that I've done, did that one here with you. Right? It depends which pile I grab when I do my show and tell. So some of you have seen these all, and then some of you missed one or two. I was thinking about getting my inks back out and doing some more watercolor ink, but maybe that's like something when I teach again and I don't have that much time, and it's something quick and fun looking. This, I think somebody asked me recently, like, what's my favorite painting that I did this summer? It might be this one, now that I came across this one again. Thank you. I think it was something about the ink detailing I really liked in places, and I just love blue flowers. Looking through some other things in here. I found another one by this writing desk. Look at those mountains. It's tough. My favorite color, it's somewhere in here. Some purple to blue color, I think. It really depends. I don't usually paint with yellows because it's not one of my favorites, but in small doses I like yellow. It's very happy. But yes, I definitely lean over here. And my favorite color to paint with might actually be green, because adding leaves in that perfect green shade just brings me a lot of joy. So I think that's all I've got for you today. I think that's it. Doing a quick flip through to see if I see any other landscapes that are popping. And it's a lot of flowers. I also really like this color, this blush peachy color. Yes, let's do a close-up and then I'll log off. Move my paintings away from my desk edge, because when I'm not looking, Zena will definitely try and steal these. Okay. And the sun went in, but let me see if I can get some more light on them. She does. Oh my gosh, Frankie. That was so funny. She has a taste for fine art. Really, plain paper will do. It really makes me happy, Cadence. Okay. I am going to log off. I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a great day. Don't get me started on the toilet paper, Frankie. I have to hide it. It has to go under the sink. Yes. Bye, everyone. Yes. Okay, bye-bye. See you tomorrow.